um, recorded? And what would it take to have more ease with all of these conversations? And so, Doreen, I love what you said, how you're shooting yourself in the foot because you are looking for the safety and whatever's going to create that safety versus allow yourself to stay open and into the flow. Did I get that right?
Yes, although as much of life is, right? It's incongruent, right? So there's a part of me that some of my best experiences have been when I've, been leapt off that cliff. I lived in France when I was 21 for a year. Like that was amazing. I lived in New York in my late 20s. And so those have been really peak experiences. Yet there's also a part of me that wants that security. You could say it's age. I don't think it's age. I don't know what it is. Maybe some little hard, from few hard knocks. I don't know.
Yeah.
And not that I've had huge hard knocks. I don't mean it that way, but yeah, I don't know. But there's a push-pull happening that doesn't serve me
Mm,
for sure.
mm, yeah. I think that's a very powerful program that you're speaking about. And that's the survival program and the program of being safe and staying safe and not stepping out too much, not doing what could create more in terms of being more open and flowing and receiving. But if you stay safe, so all that that means, all the ways you contract and you kind of don't take too much on, you don't step out too much. Let's just take little things. Don't ask for too much. Stay safe. That is a huge program that we have all probably received intergenerationally for a long, probably many, many generations about how to survive and stay safe.
Oh, and this is maybe too esoteric, and I'm not trying to, deviate from the topic, but when you think about it, most of us, I would say all of us, but I shouldn't assume, are children of immigrants at some level,
Mhm.
at some generation.
Yeah.
Well, that generation that immigrated, that was huge change. They had no idea what they were getting themselves into or what they were, they signed up for however that appeared.
Yeah.
That was huge risk.
Yeah.
And so how is it me who, what am I, third generation? I don't know, it doesn't even matter. Uh, how is it I've gotten but I want so much security? Like, what is that? But I hear you. Like, it's an innate, there's an innate part of us as humans.
Well, I think it's that, but I think it's also passed down. So, Doreen, and all of you, everywhere you aligned and agreed with this, it's really important to stay safe, even if it's unconscious. It's like family values, family culture. There's a way in which you've learned how to be in this world, how to operate in a family, how to operate in this world and community. You've been kind of given these instructions. And oftentimes we're unconscious about the instructions we've been given. We just keep letting that program run like a computer run, and it's running, and we're unaware of it. And when you start being aware of why am I choosing to be to something that's going to keep me safe? Why am I not choosing something that's going to keep me flowing and open and willing to receive more? Why am I not choosing what excites me? Why am I not choosing to be a little uncomfortable and stretch myself? Well, because that's not safe. At some level, there's an energetic program of safety that's very powerful intergenerationally. It's very powerful with all that's going on in the world right now, all the ways, all the crazy that's going on in the world. And how much are you perceiving the crazy and you're like, oh, I better stay safe. At least I'm safe here. So everything coming up for all of you. Everything this is stirring up for you unconsciously, energetically in your bodies, would you be willing to release any and all of that?
Yes.
So we're going to do, as we always you seem to use because it's so handy, we're going to use the clearing statement. And you can get this from theclearingstatement.com that I'm putting in the chat here. And it takes about 20 minutes to half hour to explain it, but I'll give you the short form. POC and POD is the shortest form of the clearing statement. It stands from the point that this got created to the point that this is creating destruction. Can we go ahead and release all that? So everything coming up for you, Doreen, and everyone else around this topic of safety, would you be willing to release whatever's ready to go? Deep breath into the nose, out to the mouth. POC and POD. Imagine you're sending that energy into the earth. And let's take another breath just to help ourselves kind of be more present here. Because this is kind of a bit of a big topic. Because if it's not something that is really true for you, you might be carrying it from your mother or your father, having spent time with them and witnessed them as you're an infant to growing up, and you witness, you perceive a lot that's going on. You perceive how they are in the world, how they are with change, how they are with money, how they are with receiving. You perceive all that and you internalize it because they are your role models. So everything coming up when I say that, would you be willing to release that? Deep breath in, right, wrong, good and bad, puck and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. And sending that into the earth. Nice, nice. So, thank you, Doreen, for starting us off. That was really a really great charged kind of topic. And I know that Catherine's had her hand up, so let's go see what Catherine wants to add to that.
Thank you, Kevin. Um, First off, I'm trying to join the group. This is just my computer again. The camera worked earlier today, and for now, it's allowing me to continue to hide. And so I'm going to call it out so that I can stay present here in this room, even though it's not allowing me to be visually present with all of y'all. And here's what's been coming up for me. What has been ringing loudly has been the something that I thought that we had dealt with, which was accepting diagnoses. And I and the recognition that I expect and accept and explain away physical limitations and keep them in my life. So that, and it affects my um my abundance, my ability to create, and and the power that I give myself, because as I'm as I believe I'm changing my life, and my intention is to change in my life, and yet I'm still insisting, there's some level within me that is still insisting that these limitations exist as though they are permanent. And so I'm not working in alignment.
So everything coming up as you say all that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that?
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Deep breath in, right, wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, all 100, shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. That's great awareness, Catherine. What's showing up for you right now, Catherine?
Simple things. I'll give a for instance. bad car accident when I was 12. There was brain damage and my body. I was diagnosed in my late teens, early 20s with a brain injury that where my body does not recognize how to handle the intake of water. So I drink over a gallon a day generally, and my skin is just peeling and looks dehydrated. And and so when I see that on my like my arms, my legs, or some my face, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
first thing that comes to mind is, oh, that's the central diabetes insipidus. That's what it's called.
Mm.
The part of my brain that was affected, that's the result. But by saying that, I'm giving more power that it exists. I'm giving more power that every time my mouth feels just dry as the Sahara, I'm reinforcing this is true.
Right. Well, that's a really great concrete example. And I'm sorry that you had that experience and you have those symptoms of the dry mouth and the skin that's dry. So everything coming up as you name all that, would you be willing to release whatever's ready to go?
Yes, yes, yes.
Deep breath in, right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, 100 shorts, boys, povids, creations, bases, and beyonds. And I wonder what question you can ask to start opening up to new possibilities around that. I wonder what question you can ask that can start poking not only at you, but at the universe about what else is possible for you with regards to your brain and with regards to its connection to water and its uptake of water. And I wonder what question you can ask to your cells about what it requires and what it desires in order to start taking up the water that it requires in your body. Everything that doesn't allow that, would you be willing to release that?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, 100 shorts, boys, povids, creations, bases, and beyonds.
And may I be honest about this?
Yeah,
Because an awareness that I had was that, ooh, in some sense, there are benefits.
nice. Great
Be-
awareness.
Because, for instance, some of the awareness of the brain issues and whatnot are like lack of mobility. So now I'm recognized as being handicapped, quote unquote,
Okay,
have like handicapped license plates.
right?
So I'm practically guaranteed up close parking.
Yeah, I was thinking you're gonna say that.
And
So,
and so yes, so am I ready to give up some of the perks? And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, is that really a perk? The perk is that I can move. Perk would be that I am able to function. My body is able to function, and my mobility is strong.
yeah. So what would it take for that? And what would it take for that without having to lose your handicap sticker? And what would
I,
it take for you to not buy into that handicap label anymore so that you can open up to new possibilities?
yeah, because before I had the handicap sticker, I I was just always certain that I would receive really fortunate, like great parking spaces anyway.
Nice.
Um, and and so you asked me a question I recognize. I just shifted it, which makes me think I'm avoiding your question.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great awareness.
So, So would you be willing to ask it of me again, please?
Well, I was asking you quite a few questions, and I think the whole point of what I'm referring to is, would you be willing to start asking questions to your body, to your cells, and to your different parts of you to see what you can uncover about making change, about moving on and creating a life of more mobility, more ease, less labels, and more possibilities.
Oh my
So,
gosh, I just got an, excuse, pardon me for
yeah.
interrupting. I just got an image of me removing this big, bulky, heavy coat.
Ah,
Oh, like, and, and this has to do with identity. This has to do with identity and dropping the old self. And then who will I become? Who will I
nice.
be?
So, Catherine, are you willing to drop that code of identity of the old identity? Truth. Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I am.
So how you want to drop it? Do you want to drop it in a fire, in the earth? You want to let it float out into the ocean? What do you want to do?
My imagination is a big, heavy down coat
Yeah.
and just taking it off and continuing to walk away, and it just gets smaller and smaller in the distance. Like,
Amazing. So lock that image in as your new reality. And everything that doesn't allow you to lock that in as your new reality, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that?
yeah.
Nice. Deep breath in and out, right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, 100, shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. Phew. So, Catherine, how are you right now? Can we move on to another question? Someone else's question? Do you feel complete enough?
There's more I need to work out, and please, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. And amazing shift, Catherine. Amazing shift. Way to go. Way to articulate it and acknowledge it so you can shift it.
Thank you for your assistance.
You're
Thank you for your help.
welcome. So I think Eco is next, and then we'll get to Carl. So Eco, do you want to come off mute? Yeah, great.
Sure. Looking to represent myself to the question of where it is that we've been noticing of where we're still limiting ourselves in terms of abundance. Was that accurate?
Yes, that's correct.
I've been noticing that I've been reluctant to let things flow into me. I've been comfortable letting money go and flow out and even attracting remembrances and reminders of old things that had been left unpaid, and starting to address that, and it's starting to kind of balance the scales. But having
Oh,
little actual additional income flow in to me with that, and even in the commissions that I recently earned in helping coach a challenge, there were a couple of things that were bought on a low ticket item, which even on that was just a minimal if I'll get anything from that. So it's a holding on to being like, I know that this potential change is coming. There's a shift for things to be radically different. And tomorrow, a friend and mentor of mine is going to help me put together some offerings that I can offer at a booth at the Exotica Expo that I'm volunteering and helping staff during this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which,
awesome.
that has the opportunity for me giving like 10, 10, 20, 30 minute offerings at like for like $20 up to like $80 or so is a given average range for things, and up to like 30,000 people are expected to come through the expo during the 3 days. So there is the
Wow.
option potential for me actually earning income for this rather than just have money keep going out.
Awesome. Everyone's excited for you.
Thank you.
So that's great. So what's your concern?
My concern is just being addicted to the old survival way of doing things, and the cushion that I have had has been dwindling to less and less. And my main bank account being under $1,000 once again, which is more of the old norm for me, compared to having a comma in the bank account. And I'm desiring to allow more of the flow and abundance, and actually embracing that in the new way, and being uncertain of what it's going to feel like, be like, and can I actually trust that abundance to come and for me to embrace it, or am I going to stop myself and sidestep and continue the poverty struggle? Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like that.
That's well said. So everything coming up as you share all this and everything coming up for each of us that we're also getting stirred up, even though we don't realize it, maybe. Let's go ahead and destroy and uncreate all that. Is that okay, Eco?
Yes.
Breath in, right, wrong, good and bad, puck and potter, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyond. Shh. So everywhere there's a part of you that's wanting to keep things the same, because that's not threatening, because it's known. Like I know this, so it's not threatening. And everywhere there's another part that's like, oh no, what if we do this and we go for it and then we get disappointed, or then we get rejected or abandoned, or then we fail. Oh, so let's just stay as we are. So everything getting stirred up for all of us, can you destroy and create all that?
Yes.
Brown, good and bad, puck and potter, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. And everywhere you haven't realized that you can outcreate those parts that are just like a little scared, a little worried. Maybe they're quite young, or maybe they're your protectors. We have these protectors that we have developed and since we were an infant to keep us safe. And so they come fully guarded, fully like geared up to protect and to guard against any change, because change can be threatening. So it could be all of those different parts. However, you can outcreate all of that. And everywhere you hadn't realized that you could do that, would you be willing to destroy and create that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and potter, 100 shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. So, what would it take for you to choose to prioritize what you desire to create in this world, in this moment, what you desire to create in your creation? What would it take for you to prioritize that, knowing that when those parts come up, you can actually, even if they're coming up, you can actually take care of them while still moving things forward?
What comes up for me is I would need to trust that me following my joy, bliss, and excitement is going to that is going to avoid causing harm, and not hurt other people in me pursuing that and being that.
Okay, so everything coming up when you say that, would you be willing to release that?
Yes.
Deep breath in, right, wrong, good and bad, puck and potter, 100 shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. So, what would it take for you to outcreate that story of not wanting to hurt anybody? And so I'd have to trust myself enough so I don't have to worry about hurting anyone. What would it take for you to outcreate that story?
Outcreate that story. I would say what it would take for me to outcreate that story is for me to be in a full unconditional love and full acceptance of myself and trusting fully that other people will take care of themselves without me having to manage or do anything to protect or keep them safe from me.
Amazing awareness, Eco. That's amazing. Everything coming up, everything that doesn't allow you to go for it, to love yourself and trust yourself and go for it. Would you be willing to destroy and create that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, Puck and Pato, 100 Shorts, Boys, Poveds, Creations, Bases, and Beyonds. And everywhere you're trying to save other people, protect other people, or like I've done for years, is try to bring people along with me that actually were pulling me back. But I'm like, no, come on, come on, we could all do this together. We could all get, to the next level. And then I get pulled back. Would you be willing to destroy and create all that so you can have more space and start fresh?
Yes, I'm going to let all that go.
Nice. Right, wrong, good and bad, Puck and Pato, 100 Shorts, Boys, Povets, Creations, Bases, and Beyond. Shh. How are you feeling now, Eco?
Hopeful, open hearted, so expansiveness in my chest.
Yay! So I'd like to offer you a question. What can you create that you can what can you create that's easy and simple that will allow you to be in front of these people that will be coming at the show, the expo? Do you have a little something that they can take away, or do you have something for them to sign up for, or do you have something that can allows them to have their eyes on you?
I do already have a guided meditation on releasing loneliness and embracing love.
Nice. But
That is, and I, I'll work with my friend for creating that new offering
okay.
uh, for what I can actually offer and receive in cash and doing service for them right there while they're there at the
Great.
expo as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Would you be willing to do something that they can take home as well? That they can take you home with them, even if it's,
I could probably get a card or a QR code or
yep,
something.
yep, as simple as that, and maybe just a tagline.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. We look forward to hearing about it next week.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Excited for you. Woo. Well, we've got some cheering going on here. Thank you,
Yay.
Eco and Carl.
You're welcome. And thank you as well.
You're welcome.
Okay, so my story is I left a job about a year ago. Then I had another job and it wasn't as good. And now I'm on another job and I'm frustrated because it's like I wish I had stayed at the first job. Like there were reasons why I left, but
Yeah.
I'm realizing that the the original job was like a better job, and it's like I'm getting down on myself and I'm feeling like I need to be focused on like skill development to get the next, not just skill development but like pursuing something that's a better fit for me. So
Nice. That's pretty clear, which is awesome. And so everything coming up when you say that you're getting a bit down on yourself because the older job was maybe a better job, would you be willing to destroy and create all that?
yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, Puck and Paddle, 100 Shorts, Boys, Poveds, Creations, Bases, and Beyonds. And so what has it created for you, Carl? What has it created for you to move on to these other few jobs and land where you are? Truth. What has it created for you to move out of the old and into these other ones, even if they're not quite what you desire?
The ability to land new jobs, the ability to learn new skills.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everywhere you're not acknowledging that and you're just seeing the negative, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. And so what is important is to kind of know where you're going and to have like targets, like what is it that you desire? What are you asking for? And to have targets in place, not necessarily goals, because goals are filled with right and wrong. Oh, I didn't reach my goal. I'm so bad. But just like a direction, I'm going this way. This is where I'm going. And that you know what you desire and you kind of throw it out there in the future and you're like, okay, pull me there where I want to be. Everything that doesn't allow that for you, would you be willing to destroy and create that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. And the exercise that I mentioned last week that I want to do is going to help with this.
Okay.
So, where are you with this now, Carl? Tell me where you're at now.
I feel I feel calmer, more at peace. There's still some discomfort here because it's just like it's just there's I think there's just some turmoil, just frustrated. Yeah, there's but more at peace. Definitely more at peace.
Okay, so you guys know this tool. So, Carl, truth, that what's happening inside your body there, that turmoil, truth, is it yours? Yes or no? Don't go with your mind, go with your gut.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's not mine.
It's not yours. Okay. Would you be willing to return it to sender with consciousness 10 times?
Okay. Return to center with consciousness. 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 Return to center with consciousness.
Nice. Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 short stories, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. And everywhere that we are all forgetting how much we're absorbing from other people around us, from the world, from the headlines, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that to have more space?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyond. Shh. And so remember that you are like the psychic SpongeBob of the universe. You know, like sponges just like absorb. Des éponges, ça l'absorbe. So, what would it take for you to be aware of that within yourself
Okay.
so that you can actually take measures to take care of that capacity that you have or the way that you just do that?
Okay.
This is for everyone.
Yeah, I feel it involves like meditating and having the like connecting like heart brain coherence, and then like having that awareness of new opportunities, and but also um, being focused internally so that I'm pursuing what's true to me. So,
Nice. Wow. Focusing internally so that I'm choosing what, I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing, choosing what's important to you.
yes.
Wow. That would be a great direction, right? A great target to head down.
Yeah.
And so everything that doesn't allow that for all of us, would you be willing to destroy and create that?
Yes.
Wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. So what did you just say, Carl? What is it that you're going to be focusing in on in the next week?
Uh, okay. The I For me the main focus is to it's like to close my eyes, have some deep breaths, and then pay attention to like my heart, and then focus from there on what it is I want.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And so all for that's great, Carl. So for all of you, as homework, if you're willing, home practice, if you're willing, I'd like for you to see, challenge yourself. If can you ask yourself each day, what is it that I desire? And what is it I'm investing myself, my energy, my body for here? Like what is it that you're heading towards? It could be as simple as joy or ease. I just want ease in my life. Okay, great. I just want joy in my life. Okay, great. But would you be willing to ask yourself each day the question, what am I choosing? What am I prioritizing? What am I choosing for today? What am I prioritizing? What am I choosing for today? And I love what you said, Carl, about closing your eyes, taking some breaths, tuning into your heart. What does your heart desire to pursue today? And you might have an overall, what does my heart desire to pursue this month? What does my heart desire to pursue in the next 6 months and year? And it's not goals, because goals are right and wrong. And then you're like, oh, I didn't meet my goal again. It's where am I heading? What are my targets? Where am I heading? So I love that you're choosing to listen to your heart, Carl. And what does your heart desire for you today? So, whatever the question is, I invite you to choose a question each day and ask. Ask of yourself, ask of the universe to provide more support, energy, possibilities, awarenesses around your question. Is that clear for everybody? Okay, great. It's nice to see you, Mel. Thanks for joining us. Of course, always. I read your lips. Thanks for having me. And we have Vanessa that's joining us here. So, welcome, Vanessa. And we have Cameron that's going to be coming off mute.
Carl, this is I heard Carl's words deeply. Um, I asked permission to respond to some of what maybe this just reflects on me, but I know my spirit in solidarity. Is it okay that I say some of what I heard?
Sure.
Carl, I heard you. I think the grammar was that the original departure from the employment you had might have been a mistake. And I'm going to be blunt. I have a concern that you're still replaying that. And I'm going to tell you, in the worst case, maybe it was a mistake. I've studied performance a lot. And I can tell you, the very, very peak performers make mistakes, make a lot of them. So, Carl, I'm abbreviating a lot of thoughts, but what I would ask of you is to consider, in the worst case, let it be. It was a mistake. It was a wrong move. And now it's in the past, and it doesn't have to hold you anymore.
Well
That's
said.
what I see.
Well said. So everything getting stirred up for all of us as you share all that, Cameron. Would we all be willing to release whatever is getting stirred up, whatever is getting poked at in our unconscious, so we can have more space? Deep breath in and out, right, wrong, good and bad, puck and paddle, 100 shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. Thanks, Cameron. Carl, are you okay? Do you have a response there, or you're good to keep going?
I'm good to keep going. I appreciate the advice. It's accurate. Thank you.
Nice. It's lovely. What a lovely share there, guys. That's beautiful. Okay, this is wonderful. So, without further ado, we are going to go into the exercise I mentioned before. And it might be a little tricky for those of you that are driving. Mel. However, it's a really lovely exercise. So get comfortable. We're going to be doing a visualization exercise and an energetic exercise. So get comfortable in whatever, however you want to be, and just notice the support you have for your body. Notice 3 different points of contact you have with a surface. Maybe notice the surface your feet the surface your feet are in contact with, and 2 other places in your body that you have contact with a surface. It could be a chair or couch, a bed, doesn't matter. Notice 3 different points of contact. And go ahead and breathe in. Imagine you can breathe into each of those points of contact one time. And now in your space where you are, part of what happens in our world is that we contract a lot. And so when we contract, we can't be open to receiving, and it keeps us limited. So I want you to practice here. Allow yourself to let your energy expand out and fill all 4 corners of your room. So we have an energy bubble around us, around our bodies. Let that energy that is who you are, let it expand out and fill all 4 corners of the room. You can imagine like a bubble, you're at the center and the bubble just grows in all directions. And so I'm going to invite you to keep expanding your bubble more and more and more and more. Go beyond the room and expand your energy or your bubble and fill the whole building that you're in. Expand your energy and fill not only all the whole building, go beyond the building and fill the neighborhood, whatever that means. We don't have to get technical or specific. It's the invitation to keep expanding out more and more and more and more. So go beyond the neighborhood and be the size of your city. Expanding your energy out more and more in all directions. Let that bubble grow in all directions and be the size of the whole county, the whole area, the whole region, whatever that means to you. And expanding out even greater still, more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Be the size of your province or your state. Expanding out more and more and more and more and more. Double that. Expanding out more and more and more in all directions. Be 3 times the size of that. Expanding out more and more and more and more and more. Now we're going to do a big leap. So keep expanding out more and more and more. Keep stretching and exercising this muscle of expanding yourself out more and more and more. Be the size of your country. Expanding out more and 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 more. Now be 2 times the size of your country. Expanding that out more and more and more and more and more. And even if you're having a hard time with this, keep going. Even if you have a mind that's getting busy and chattering or getting distracted, that's okay. Keep going. You can do both things at the same time. So expanding out more and more and more. Now be the size of North America. Be the size of North America. Be the size of North America, expanding out more and more and more and more and more, expanding out more and more and more and more. Be the size of North America and South America, whatever that means, expanding out more and more and more and more and more and more in all directions. More, 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 more. Be the size of the earth now. expanding out more and more and more and more and more. Be the size of the earth, expanding out to be the size of the earth, expanding out to be the size of the earth. So you're expanding out in all directions, and you're planetary large here. You're the size of the earth. Expanding that out more and more and more, double that. Be 2 times the size of the earth. Even if you're having a bit of trouble with this, just keep going for it. Expanding out more and more and more and more and more. You can do it. You can keep expanding yourself out more, reaching for more, always, always more. Now we're going to get into some good things. As you expand out more and more and more and more, 2 times the size of the earth, this is the best part of all of this. As you're expanding out more and more and more, and you're planetary large, notice that you, as a planet now, the size of a planet, you have a deep connection to the earth and the moon and the sun and all the other planets. You have a beautiful connection with all of them. You have a oneness here. And from this place, we're going to build an energy ball in front of you. So you can imagine as you're this expanded, the expansiveness of a planet here that you are. Imagine that there's an energy ball in front of you, and we're going to fill that energy ball with energy, and I'll show you how. So imagine what it would be like. Get the energy of what it would be like for you to wake up each morning so excited to start your day. You can't believe it. You're just like, you're faster than any pet, any animal. You just like really want to get out of bed. You're just like, I can't wait to start this. Get the energy of what that would be like to be so excited to start your day, that you've got so much energy and you have so much desire to start those projects, that creativity that's flowing through you, that you just can't wait to get out of the bed. Get the energy of what that would be like and place that energy into the bubble in front of you. Even if you don't know how to do this, just imagine you can place energy into a bubble in front of you that we're going to fill up. Get the energy of what it would be like now to have a certain amount of money in your bank account that just drops in your bank account, whatever that amount is, you choose it. Get the energy of what it would be like to have that amount of money show up in your bank account each month consistently for the rest of your life. Get the energy of what that would be like for you, and get that energy and place that into the bubble in front of you. And get the energy of what it would be like for you to be, for you to have so much support from people and beings that you never doubt someone has your back. Someone or something has your back. Get that energy of what that would be like to always know someone or something has your back. You've got support and they have your back no matter what. Get the energy of what that would be like and place that into the bubble in front of you as you're growing and filling that bubble up. And get the energy of what it'd be like for you to have so much ease with your body. You never thought this was possible. You never could even imagine that life in the body could be this fun, this ease, this exciting, this delicious, and this expansive, and this life generating. Get the energy of what that would be like and place that energy into the bubble in front of you. Now, get the energy of what it would be like for you to have one of your dreams come true. And it just doesn't come true like this. It's because you know you made it happen. Even if it's just by pulling it into your life, you know you made it happen. So get the energy of what it'd be like for you to know, wow, I made this happen. This is so cool, so exciting. I feel so powerful, so potent. I can do this again and again and again. Get the energy of what that would be like and place that in the energy bubble in front of you. And now we're going to go ahead and fill that energy bubble up to fullness. So pull energy from all over the universe, from all directions. Just pull, pull, pull energy to fill that bubble up to fullness. Keep pulling, pulling, pulling. Even if you don't know how to do this, when it comes to energy, you don't have to know how, you just have to allow. So just allow this to happen. Pull energy and fill that bubble up to fullness. Keep pulling from all directions, from below, from above, from both sides, from diagonally. Pull energy from all directions. Fill that bubble up. Imagine tsunamis of energy crashing into that bubble and filling it up. More tsunamis of energy, whoosh, filling that bubble up. And you'll know your bubble is filled up because you'll smile or your belly will relax or you'll notice something shift. Fill, more. Pull energy more, all the way to the top, more. And now that it's full, allow this energy from the bubble, allow some of the energy to trickle out back to anyone and anything that can help actualize all this for you. And so take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingertips and your toes, and you could come back to the call. And I'd love to hear from someone what that was like for them. And if you'd like to post it in the chat, you can do that as well. Who would like to share? This was amazing, Nasreen says. Cool. What was amazing about it, Nasreen? And for anyone else?
I actually, I felt I was full of energy myself. And certain feelings that I normally struggle to create within me just happened and took place suddenly. And when you, and there was a shifting point. It was a complete, not only shifting, it was a complete paradigm shift when you said, let part of that energy trickle out to go and enable other people to help you in what you do. I think I saw things completely differently when you said that.
Woohoo!
So thank you.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it.
That's awesome. What a great shift. I love it, Nasreen. Catherine's cheering you on as well. So anyone else want to share? Come on, you guys, don't get so shy on me.
Okay, I'll share.
Okay, great.
So I often do in my coaching the exercise where I expand out. But this was nice because it was a bit more gradual. And I think the part for me that was great was like thinking about how much money's coming in, but then suddenly when you're like every month, I'm like every month. And then it was great. Like it was like a good kind of every month. And then I could actually feel that and like feeling that support and then just knowing whatever you call it, God or creator, but like just when you have that support anyways, you're doing the right thing. And so the abundance will flow and naturally it will help other people. So just having that kind of like thought process, and then just the feeling of that that goes along with it was just like nice um and expansive. And so yeah, I enjoyed that.
That's amazing, Mel, considering you were driving and you had your eyes open. That's great.
Yeah. Well, maybe because I do this exercise a lot, but then it was different. Like it had the keto flavor. So yeah, it was nice. It was also nice. It helped me be present because it was different.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So how much of us are like, how much do we sometimes pull away when something's different, um, when it can actually help us be more present, just as Mel was saying. So everywhere that that shows up for you in your life where you're like, oh, well, wait a minute, that's a little different, and you pull back instead of choosing to stay present with it, would you be willing to destroy and create that? Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and potta, 100 shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. That
Can I
was,
still add something in there? I'm sorry, I don't want to
yeah,
take over, but
go for it.
I think also on top of that is to be like, well, I do this all the time. I already know this. To also be like, can you experience that for the first time? Because that was also me getting out of my resistance where I was like, maybe this is different though. And even if it is the same, can I allow myself to go there?
Awesome. Woohoo! Yeah, that's so great because there's often parts that will resist. We all know this. We all have parts that resist or they want to distract us or they want to pull us away from creating something greater, creating more, stepping out of our little comfort zone and being more. So that is so great. Like, how would you be willing to dance with that this week? The parts that are like, oh, you know what? Why don't we just stay in and just like watch Netflix? Nothing wrong with that. However, when it's on repeat, it's like, what would it take to kind of break out of that and to start choosing to ask yourself questions each day about what it is that you really desire and what is it that you want to prioritize and what is it that you want to ask questions about? That will start leading you down that pathway. So everything coming up as we're talking about this, would you be willing to destroy and create that? Right, wrong, good and bad, puck and potta, 100 shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. Great. So we're almost at our end time. So Catherine, would you like to share?
Yes, please. And thank you for that experience. There was a moment. There was a moment when I was hearing you say, and I'm feeling this energy ball, this ball of energy. And so I was thinking, okay, it's me feeling and the work, and I started going into my mind. And then what came up was, ooh, what if I ever feel it and it just explodes? And rather than that, it was like, this is as though I was dealing with something real, physically real. And what suddenly came to me was that this can be anything. It can be as big as it wants. It has infinite, it has whatever it is, it's more than enough. So whatever the energy ball is, whatever it's constructed of, it is infinite enough to hold whatever is within there. And yes, I am doing it, but it does not mean that there needs to be effort to fill up this energy ball. That just taking all the energy in within me, directing the energy I receive into energy ball so that it is simply passing through me. And all of a sudden that energy ball got so big, huge, amazingly incredible, and was sort of see-through, so I could see the sparkle and the glitter and the things inside, and all of the swirls happening within as the energy was moving inside the energy ball. And you said about there being a bit of energy like flowing out, blessing those who were like aligned with me, working with me, helping to facilitate what I was creating. And it was all just, it just was like, and so it is, it simply was. And I was, you may remember, a lot of y'all know Holly Hamill. Holly has a thing about giving, not from our full cup, but giving from our full saucer, where the cup has overflowed so much that the saucer beneath it is full. And we remain full. And that was what I was experiencing, because my energy level, my stuff, that was that was just full and topped off and happy, and people were still getting stuff,
How does it get any better than that? Truly.
right?
What
Yeah.
else is possible now, guys? What else is possible? How does it get any better? Show us, universe. Show us. How does it get better? Show us, show us, show us. And show us how to practice this so we can get really good at this. It's a muscle, right? You just keep practicing it and you get really good at it and you keep building it and creating it. And you start pulling more and more of what you desire in the world. You start pulling people and things and events and ways in which everything just lines up and falls into place. So anything that gets in the way of that possibility for you, would you be willing to destroy and create that?
Yeah.
Deep breath in and out, right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, poveds, creations, bases, and beyonds. And Eco says, how does it get it even better than this? Exactly. How does it get even better than this? And Vanessa was saying, it was so interesting that at that point when you said, think about how much money is flowing in, and a number came to my mind quickly. And I was like, that's great. And then you said, every month. And I was like, whoa, holy cow, Spirit has big plans for me. Woohoo! And that's the possibility if you're willing. Yes, exactly. And Eco was saying, like Dragon Ball Z or Z, gathering all the energy for a spirit bomb, except instead of a massive destruction explosion, energy going out to actualize my desires. Woohoo! Yes! And this is what's possible for you. And this is what's possible for all of us. And as we do it as a group, we just magnetize more energy here. So, on that note, I'm going to invite us to do a closing breath together so we can take care of any additional energies that might be up and just prepare you for the coming week. So let's go ahead and for you to have more of what you desire, for you to have more space for you to prioritize you and your desire, your deepest desire, so you can ask a question, at least one question each day that will help you head towards that desire. Let's go ahead and exhale all the air out of the lungs through the mouth. Mouth in and mouth out. Relaxing it all out. Shh. Mouth in. Nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Filling to the top. Nose out. Mouth in. Filling to the top. And last one, mouth out. Relaxing it all out. Shh. Hold your breath. Press your feet into the floor. Imagine roots growing from your feet through the floor, building into the earth. Take a half breath through your mouth. Drop your head, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. Stretch here however you'd like. Breathe normally. When you're ready, roll your spine straight. And the last step to complete this circuit is for you to notice what you're noticing now. Notice what might have shifted for you, but notice what you're noticing now as one thing. And the second thing is notice what you're noticing with your body. And if you like, go ahead and type it in the chat. What are you noticing now? What might have shifted for you? And if anybody wants to come off mute, that would be great too.
I'm
Okay.
gonna come off mute just because I'm driving. But I noticed just like this kind of wow, I don't even know how to describe it. Like this kind of I'm like, I know what I'm gonna say, no, I don't. It's kind of it's kind of like this like this openness, but it feels also it feels heavy in a good way. I don't know how to explain that. It's like when you get a rush of blood or energy like into your heart.
Yep.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, that's great. And when it's energetic, sometimes it's hard to find words, but you did a great job. Thanks, Mel. And Carl, what would you like to share?
I was just because I was feeling a bit anxious and uncomfortable, but after doing the breathing, I feel calm. So it's the calmest I think I felt all day. So just want to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. That's so beautiful. And would you all be willing to kind of pat yourself on the back for choosing to be here? So this is a real kindness you're doing to yourself to be here because you're breaking free of old, limited patterns and opening up to possibilities, which is your birthright. We just have to keep exercising like going to the gym. So Lucy says she's happy, and Vanessa says more color, which is awesome. And Eco, what else?
I notice that I can feel my feet and I feel embodied being in my body.
Woohoo! Feel your feet and feel being embodied.
Yes.
Whoa, that sounds delicious, actually. Catherine's is like giving you a little woohoo. That's great, Eco. Well, you guys are amazing again. We've made some really cool shifts tonight for ourselves, for our bodies, for each other. And that gets to radiate out into our circles as well. Like we are changing the world by doing this kind of thing, this kind of work. We're shifting ourselves, and that will ripple out. So, I'm grateful you came tonight. We have next Wednesday is free as well. After that, I'll have moved, so I'll be more able to kind of organize something. But we get to gather together again next week, so please come and let's see what else is possible. And I'll ask you to show up and let me know about the questions. Have you been asking a question about what you desire each day? Have you been allowing yourself to prioritize you and the possibilities and potency you can be by asking that question? That's my challenge for you. So great work. Love to be with you guys. Big hearts to all of you and a big hug to. And we'll see you next week. Bye. You're welcome. Bye. You're welcome, Vanessa. I feel such great joy. I feel alive. Yay, Catherine. Woohoo! How does it get any better than that? What else is possible now? You are most welcome. Thank you for the heart smell. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Carol.
You're
Bye-bye.
so welcome. Bye.